Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Forest River Flagstaff 529 RKB fifth wheel. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things taken into consideration. On your campsite, your slide, and then plus your awning. You're going to need extra room for the awning to come out on that slide and your big awning on this side. Then on your off campsite, I want you to think about where your slides are going to be here. Leave plenty of room for them to come in and out unhindered. Preferably nothing hanging over top of it. And leave yourself a nice walking space here. Because the next thing I need you to think about is where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord is going to be all the way here on this rear, on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. That'll plug in right there. And then your water is going to be up here in this docking station. Also on the driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. Now to unhook your hitch, you've got these landing control legs. They'll extend and retract. Get your hitch unhooked. Bring your landing legs down. Bring this up about as level as you can get it. Once we got it level, we're going to come back here over onto our campsite. We're going to bring down our rear stabilizing jacks. Now as I hit extend, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Get you a 2-pack out of our stores with 10% off coupon. Put them on the ground. And then run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level from using our landing legs. Run these down just until you start to feel the unit move. As far as you want to run these down, remember, we're already level. All we want to do is stabilize it. Once we've got our level and stable, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. So you run these back up real quick. Let you know these feet do adjust. Sometimes as they come down, you may have to move them. Good to leave them loose like that. That way they'll come down flat. Alright, let's hook up our power and water. Big long 50 amp cord here. At the end of that 50 amp cord, should you need it, is a 50 to 30 dog bone. And if you need to plug in a home, there's a 30 to 110 adapter as well. Just remember, when running off 110, run appliances accordingly. You don't want to pop breakers, you're running too much off 110. Got our power hooked up, let's hook up our water. Made it real easy here. City Water Connect. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Use this when putting fluid in here. Hook up your water pressure regulator, hook up your hose, then turn yourself to city water. White up, oops, excuse me, white down, green to the left, red up, blue to the left. Now we're all set up for city water. Still, don't turn your hose on yet. Let's come around here to our hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, folks, is make sure our drain plug's back in there. Plumber's tape, recommended, not putty. Get that in there nice and tight. Once that's in there, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now, if that hose has been on for a little while, go inside. We can deploy our slides at this time because our unit's level and stable. Once those slides are open, get to your water taps and open up those. Get the air out of the lines. Once you got a nice steady flow of water out of those, you can go ahead and turn on your hot water heater indoors. There is an on-off electric element underneath here. You want to keep that to off unless you are hooked up to 110, and that's when you'll turn that on out here. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, up here's a couple reset valves. Look up here to see if they're bubbled out. If they are, simply press them back in, and then your pressure release valve. Now let's say we're going to go boondocking and we're not going to use city water. We're going to use potable water. In that case, we will fill up our potable water. Just simply fill this up with a hose. No need for a water pressure regulator. Two ways to tell when it's full. There's an overflow valve right here, or on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks, you can check your freshwater button and that'll tell you when this is full. Before filling that, we're going to come here and we're going to start with power fill. Turn all of your handles to match that. Fill your tank. Once your tank is full, then you will switch it to dry camping. Now you'll turn on your water pump when utilizing that fresh water. Remember, don't turn on your water pump when using the city water. That's already pressurized. The night docking light. Should you arrive at night, there's also your fresh water again. Your flue for your furnace. Do not block or obstruct that, and it will get hot. So steer clear of that if we run that. Down here is where we'll dump our low black and gray tanks. Right there is our low point drain. And there's our other low point drains. This will be your freshwater tank, and those will be for your city water. Continuing down your side here, there's going to be some storage. This is access to the back of your fridge, your ice maker valve. With your slide closed, you'll be able to easier see that second gray tank. Your power. Your prep for a Furion backup camera device you can set on the dash of your tow vehicle. Electronically communicates with this device, giving you a backup camera for the unit. There's a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year and check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed. Maintain the roof of your unit. That blue spray port up in the docking station can also plug in back here. Give you a hot and cold shower. Again, your controls for your stabilizing jacks. On your slide on this side, you're all prepped for a television. A couple outdoor speakers. There's also a LP disconnect down here. Quick connect LP and a hand crank down manual crank for your spare tire. You also have a griddle and grill that come with your unit that's set up out here on this. Again, back over here is your hot water heater, the other storage. There's your griddle and grill, or your griddle and the stand that it sets on. A couple of manual hand cranks. This one here is for your slides and the other is for your spare tire. Your other propane. There's your regulator. On the front of the unit, another docking light. Docking lights for the front of the unit. Right up there. Again, your landing leg controls. And your batteries. Check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure those have it wiggled loose as you're coming down the road. And lastly, your battery disconnect. This would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. You also prep for solar. You can plug in a solar panel right here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. Alright, so coming up inside the unit, first thing I like to point out in every unit is a fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Also coming in the entry doorway, right to your right of the steps, coming up the wall, I'm going to start at the top. This is where it's wired for solar. This is the template for the techs to use if you ever decide to wire this unit for solar. This is your fan over there. Below that, the app. Get the One Control app. You can run your awnings, your slides, and your lights all from your phone. Below that is your control panel. So here's you see your new battery, fresh. That's the button I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Black and gray tanks. Over here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to electric. Your water heater if hooked up to gas, it does make a difference. Tank heater, if you're in inclement weather, that's a little pad that'll keep your tank warm. Your water pump if you're using potable water. Turn on your Wi-Fi with your Wi-Fi Ranger info right here. Here's your 3 slides and your awnings. On your awnings, I'm going to show you how far to run them out. So these awnings will run out and that white flap will fall down to 90 degrees, and then you can see your brown bar. That's as far as you want to run that out. I'll show you that will extend itself past that and run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running that awning out. Show you also the other one working. That one running out. Again, your flap falls, you're down far enough. Run these back in here for you real quick. And as we bring that the rest of the way in, I'm going to shut off your awning light and close your door. Like all these are slam lock, but you really don't need to slam them. Alright, we got our awnings in here. So this is tons of lighting, interior and exterior. Down below that, your TPMS system. Tire pressure monitoring system. I will send you a separate video from TPMS, TST Truck System Technologies, and show you how to hook that up. There's a demo that you can do here, but I'll send you one that's pretty good. On the corner, here's your max air vent. I'm just going to hit on. On is going to open it and turn it on at the same time. You can change the speed, faster or slower. Hit off, it shuts itself off and closes itself. Below that's your thermostat. Let's go in here and we're in zone 1. Let's go through our modes. There's our system, make that cool. Turn our air conditioning on. Hear that running up there. Change system to off. Let that shut off real quick. I'm going to change my system to heat. I have to turn it up. It's a little warm in here. And your heat on, and you'll notice that, oops, system off. Off, go back to zone 1, everything's off. Your heater tends to take a few minutes to shut off. Above here is your television. See which one of these remotes fix that one. Here's this one. While that one's running, I'll turn that one on. There's that TV working. So that's some lighting, USBs, 110s. Your cooler, mini fridge. There's your TV working. Show you something on your television here. Push that down to swing this out. So when you arrive at the campsite, when you hook up your cable, make sure that this button is pushed in, that green light is on. That is a digital channel enhancer. Snap that back in. Shut this TV off. Come back over to your sound system. AM, FM, Bluetooth, really cool system. Alright, we're on zone 1. Shut 1 off. Turn 2 on. It's up front. 3 is outdoors. Bluetooth, AM, FM, TV audio you can run through here. Front audio, HDMI in. Really nice system. Below that, your fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing is the heat, folks. It's kicking out already. If it's chilly in the morning or evening Instead of using up your gas, if you're plugged into a campsite, turn this on and it'll get it toasty in here in no time. For your fridge, I just want to make sure that you have this safety latch on here for travel. Self-explanatory microwave. You have a light and a fan above your cooktop. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to high. Hit your spark and there's your flame. So same thing in the oven. Turn this to light. Hit your spark. That will light your pilot light for you, and then turn it to the desired temperature. If you take that panel light and click it down, it becomes an oven light. Pop-up power port here, 110 USBs. Simply put that right in and snap that back down. Individual lighting here. In your island, you have a 110 with GFCI reset on it. Coming over here is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now the reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are boondocking, you're going to be gone for the day, nothing plugged in charge your battery, use that battery disconnect, keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Have your recliners here, simply pull up on the parachute pole. Your table will fold down. You fold it down, you set it up on top of these here. Put your back cushions on top and that'll give you another sleeping area. Come up the hallway into your bathroom. Turn our lighting in here. Let you know you also have a max air vent in here as well. Simply hit on and it cranks up. Hit off, it'll close itself and shut itself off. For travel, make sure that your shower doors are secured back. And lastly, coming into your bedroom. Turn some lights on. Just so you know, this is a temperature reader that allows the thermostat to work better. USB and 110s on the side of your dresser here. Closet lighting. Turn that on and show you that you're prepped for a washer and dryer. Again, travel. Make sure these are secure. That's snapped in there nicely. Same thing on both ends. You do have some storage up underneath your bed with another table to go outside. And lastly, back here in the bedroom is your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Got a ton of 15s in there. 20, 5, 15. A little variety. I highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Well, that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite. I like to start by saying doors and drawers. Make sure that all the doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Both remotes, so you know, will be right up in here. Then I like to come over here and shut off all of my interior lighting. That way I can see any individual lighting that I need to walk through the unit and shut off. On your radio, if you touch it once, it's a mute. If you hold it in, it says stand by and says goodbye. That's what shuts it off. More individual lighting. Once we went through and shut off anything that we have to turn on and off by hand, come back over in the dark to your control panel and turn on a few interior lights. It's going to allow us to watch our slides come in. Again, doors and drawers. Make sure everything's closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Let's start with slide number 3 and hit in. That is going to bring in your bedroom slide. It's okay to hear that noise. That's the slide mechanism telling itself not to go in any further. Slide number 2 in. Again, make sure your chairs are tucked away. TV is back in its position. See the importance of having all those doors and drawers closed. This thing's utilized every inch. And lastly, we'll hit number 1. So we can bring our living room slide in. Then I'll mention your smoke alarm. If you can see it, it's all the way down at the end on the ceiling down there, just above your lights there. Once our slide is in, shut off all of our interior lights and exit the unit. As you exit, closing this door, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise, this could catch on it. I see I left the step light on. Shut that off. Now again, make sure this door is all the way open, otherwise this will catch. Lift this up, set it up inside. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle, your door is secure. At this point, we're going to go to the rear. We're going to bring up our leveling jacks, which we've already done. Unhook our cable, our water, and our power. We're going to come to our freshwater drain. If we're boondocking, we'll dump that. And if we're at a campsite, we'll get up underneath here and open up those. Lastly, we're going to come around to our hot water heater again. We're going to lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remainder of the hot water out of there. Once that's done, you can go ahead and pull your drain plug. Come up front here. Use your landing leg control to extend to get your hitch up underneath here. Bring them back down to get it on. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to start in front of your tires. Then you also have an extra gray tank there in the back. So you can pick up a big Y and run them together. But no matter where you run, you're going to want to start here in the front. Hook up the hose, comes with your convenience pack. And the first thing we do is pull our black handle. After our black handle sounds like it's no longer draining, leave that black handle open. Come up here, again with your water pressure regulator and the hose at the dump station. Hook up your hose right there, again, with your black handle open. And turn that hose on for a good 5 minutes. Let that wash all the nastiness out of your black tank. Once you're done, unhook that hose, close that, close your black handle, and pull our gray handle. Now gray handle is going to be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out a little bit for you. When that's done, close that up. Come back here to galley tank number 2. Hook up and dump that one by pulling that handle. Once that one's done, again, cleaner waters, that'll clean your hose out for you. You can conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right there in the bumper. Again, so thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Flagstaff for many years to come. Happy camping.